What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to another Stock Hours video. Today we're going to be doing the Sunday watch list. I'm going to be showing the setups that I'm watching for the entire week, as well as some economical events that we need to be aware of. If you're new to Stock Hours, make sure you subscribe to our channel. Remember that we do a free live trading session every Thursday. So if you haven't been to that, you might as well make sure you are for the next one. Thursdays typically they are accompanied with a lot of news and data, so it tends to get pretty interesting. So in terms of Monday, obviously the market was closed today. The news that I'll be focused on Thursday mostly is the jobless claims that comes in prior to market open, so we should get that out of the way. And then the petroleum status, it depends on what stocks you play, but that typically gives the market a boost and some volume. And then obviously the Chicago PMI at 9:45 on Friday. The home price index I will pay attention to, but it's not as important to me as the jobless claim, but it is something to pay attention to on that day. In terms of setups and stocks I'm watching, the first one's going to be AVGO. This thing's been on an absolute tear. You could tell that we have some sort of an extension coming into all-time high, just like prior, but this time I'm going to be watching the retracement down to about 30 or 50% fib. That kind of lines up with that psychological number at 1050. So I'm looking for a bounce around 1055. So something below 1060 is where I'm looking for a bounce. And obviously that bounce is going to be short term. So it's going to be day traded. We're not really looking for a swing dip buy of some sort. Next stock we got here is the overall market. So SPY. We are nearing all-time highs. So all-time highs is at 480 on SPY. ES already broke its all-time high. But in terms of SPY, before we get to that all-time high, there is a channel that we need to pay attention to. So you could tell that we've been setting highs and lows across this channel. Actually, let me just, there we go. That should look a little better. So if I zoom out here, you could tell that we've been stuck in a channel here. Those are the lows. We've set highs, and we've been rejecting for quite a while last week. Before we get to that all-time high, I would want to see a hold above this channel. That will be clear confirmation that we're good to go for a continuation. If not, I will be looking for a downside move. Typically, I wouldn't want to be interested in puts until we get to that 468 area of support. I could, well, I have been playing the rejections lately off of the channel, but you kind of don't want to be trading anything in between here. So mostly either rejections or once we clear the support or clear the consolidation range. Next stock here is NVDA. So NVDA all-time high as well. It's been setting a key resistance here around that 505, 500 to 505 range. Before I look to trade that breakout, I would need to see this channel or where that channel is located on that specific day. So if I'm playing it into the channel, that would be the max room that I have on that day. So it's just something to keep in mind that this thing has been stuck in a channel, and if you're looking to play all-time highs or trade around the all-time highs, you just want to be careful with that channel. Next stock here is Tesla. There honestly isn't much on Tesla. We've been stuck in a range, and it's lagging behind the overall market. So you take a look at NQ and SPY. They're almost at all-time high, and this thing's been lagging behind. So we're kind of stuck in this range. I'm only going to be interested on Tesla once we clear. Oh, I'll show you guys the trend here. Once Tesla approaches somewhere around that 270 range, so away and above this trend line, above 270, that's where I'll be interested in playing calls around that range. So Tesla's stuck in a range, nothing to say there. Towards the downside, we will be, if we're trading it to the downside, we'll be playing it into range. So that's also not a great trade there. So Tesla's gonna be a side watch, nothing much until it gets to 270. Next we got Meta. So Meta's been coming back to that 380 range. What I want to be watching is here, it was I think on the 30 minute. So there, you see we have that flat top setting up right around that 356 area. So as we're playing this, we're going to be focused on those trend lines. Obviously, this is a little iffy, but I will be watching this trend line moving upwards. So we would have pretty much room into 360. 361, there's a gap start there. So you kind of want to be careful with playing calls into that 361 range. Um, that should be it. I think we've pretty much covered all of them. If you haven't joined our live trading session, make sure you do. It's always on Thursday. And leave a like, subscribe if you're new, and we'll see you guys next time. Have a good one.